So there's two qualities that you must master to be an impactful entrepreneur. And the two qualities are the following. The first is you must be able to endure pain. Because being an entrepreneur and starting something out of nothing is going to create pain. But what if all that was is a feeling? It's just a feeling. No different than a tickle. Because if someone tickles you, you would giggle. But all that is a feeling that you're attaching a word to, which is a tickle. So what if the thing that you're going through, which most ordinary people would define as pain, you were to define as a tickle? You would start giggling. But you must be able to endure pain. That's the single most important skill as an entrepreneur. You must endure it. And the way you endure it is you call it a tickle versus calling it a pain. And you start to giggle every single time that pain starts to rear its head and show up in your world. The second thing that you must master if you're going to make it as a truly impactful change maker entrepreneur is you must be naive to what's possible. It is so critical that naivete wins for you. Do you know who was one of the most naive people in history? A gentleman named Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister was a man that was told that the goal that he wanted to create was completely and utterly impossible. A human body couldn't do it. Others had tried and everyone had failed. But he was naive enough to think he can. And the thing that Roger Bannister did is he ran a 4-minute mile. And then once he did it, he gave everybody else the permission to believe. And since that point, thousands and thousands of other people have been able to run 4-minute miles because one man was naive enough to what was possible. And what often happens as you start to really put yourself out there as an entrepreneur is you start to become too logical. And you start to set boundaries of what's possible and what's not possible. And you only operate within the boundary of possibility. And if you're only going to operate within the boundary of possibility, your impact, both for you personally and for the world, will just be significantly less. And anyone that you look up and aspire to become, who has achieved incredible levels of multifaceted success, they're just naive to what's possible. So when I went on this quest to disrupt venture, to build what we call the next era of venture, which is capital efficient SaaS. And the way that I was going to do that was by building, scaling, and exiting 10,000 or more tech companies over the next few decades. What I was met with was a feeling, because there's a lot of unknown there. There's a lot of challenges there. And that feeling could easily be described as painful. I had naysayers showing up. I had people who pitched us their dreams. We attempted to bring those dreams to life, and unfortunately, they just weren't viable businesses. I had people coming that said that we were going to invest, that ended up not investing. All of those things bring feeling into my world. I could have called that feeling pain, but you know what I called it? I called it a tickle. I called it a tickle, and I would giggle, not at the person, but at the feeling. Because remember, you must be able to endure that feeling, and most call it pain, so endure the pain and call the pain a tickle. The second thing that I had to do was I had to be naive to what was possible. Because there's never been any human on planet Earth that has catalyzed 10,000 SaaS exits, ever. So when I start speaking into this, the immediate response from people that have boundaries called possible is, Jared, it's impossible. Well, what if I believe them? If I believe them, I would suppress possibility, I would live in a box, and I would fall short of the outcome. So instead, I opt in to being naive to those boundaries. I am naive to possibility, which then means everything is possible. And this video has nothing to do with me, and it has everything to do with you. Because if you're still watching it, it's because you want to do something big, ambitious, and impactful in the world. And the only way you're going to get there is to master two freaking skills: endure the pain and be naive to possibility.